by JANUSZ Madej about his workshops, and then we'll talk to JANUSZ about what he has to offer to actors.
The main thing that sets my technique apart from all the other techniques that you will try to learn or participate in is NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming.
JANUSZ Madej, please come to the stage.
Thank you.
There you go. JANUSZ, ballet dancer, then you went to LA, you study acting and film, and now you are organizing, one of the things you're organizing, workshops specially for actors to perform in front of the camera.
Yes, indeed. Hi, everyone. Pleasure to be here. Yeah, I used to be a ballet dancer. I graduated from Warsaw School of Ballet, and I had subsequently a 20-year career as a ballet dancer.
Including here?
10 years in Het Nationale Ballet. And I always knew that ballet dancing is sort of a platform that gave me a lot of characteristics like good work ethic, flexibility, etc., etc. And I've always wanted to transcend and put these qualities into a new profession. Indeed, in 2007 I was still a dancer, but I took part in the workshop of Ivana Chabak. She's like, those of you who don't know who Ivana is she's an acting guru in Hollywood. She's a woman behind Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Charlize Theron. When Halle Berry won an Oscar for a film Monsters Ball, she thanked her in her Oscar speech, and that sort of made her even more famous. I took part in the workshop that she offered here. It was the first workshop outside of the United States. We really connected in a very special way, like a student with a teacher. And she invited me to Hollywood. And after a year of finishing my 10-year, sort of a years of Nationale Ballet career as a dancer, I decided to relocate to LA, where I study filmmaking at the Los Angeles Film School. And I also study acting with her in her master class. And basically, when I was working as an actor and as a filmmaker, I realized that there is a sort of a niche in training of actors. Majority of time, what happens is that you come to a workshop acting for camera, and camera is not present, okay? What actors do is basically they are doing the same things as they do with the theater acting. They project, they indicate their emotions, and so on. And being able to have one foot in as a filmmaker and the other one as an actor, I got a lot of information which usually are not being taught in drama schools. And therefore, you know, Amsterdam has been my home for the last 16 years, and I thought, okay, what would be a best place for me to kind of start that? And
so just run us through exactly what do you offer. You have 3 days?
Yes, indeed. Basically, we set, this November, for instance, we set the week for it. It's an intense 1-week workshop. We start on the Sunday, the 29th, with the lecture of the basis of the technique. Then you receive scenes, which you have to work with your scene partner for the next 2 days. I'm available for Skype appointments, if you want to make an appointment, we can talk about it further. And then on Wednesday, the 26th, we meet together and we shoot these scenes based on the technique that I pass on to you on Sunday. And then there are another 2 days where when the other group is working on their scenes. And then on the 26th, that is Saturday, we meet again and we shoot the remaining scenes. So the camera, basically we're working like what you would normally have on a film set. There's a camera present, we have a camera setups, and we are going through the whole process from you coming in through the whole process of shooting the scene. And I sort of resume a sort of a position of a director. I'm helping you with certain things, acting for different mediums, long shot versus a close-up. There is a big aspect of my technique is, as I mentioned in the short clip, is NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. It's a science that was started in the 1970s by one neurologist and one psychologist that basically claims that we recall things in pictures, okay? And it's a sort of a lot of law reinforcement agents, a lot of people from interrogation, they are being trained in this technique. It is basically, there are certain things that you're doing with your eyes when you recall things. And there are certain things that when you create images. And just based on that little niche of what I will be able to give to you through that, I haven't seen anybody else doing that. I haven't seen anybody else going into that type of, everybody's focusing on Freud or on Carl Jung and so on. But nobody, you know, for 50 years now, since Stanislavski, 60 years and so on, Stanislavski was a master, okay? He gave us something wonderful. And doesn't matter what your approach is it more external or internal? My technique is going a little bit further into understanding a subconscious of the human mind, okay? Which is more important in film acting and sometimes in theater acting. In theater acting, you can kind of hide behind certain things. In film, you cannot do that. You know, the lens sees everything. And that is the biggest difference that I'm kind of trying to go towards, is to bring the reality of your performance based on your subconscious mind.
But you said that you offer something that normal academies for actors do not offer. What is it exactly that you will be able to offer those actors who enroll in this workshop?
Well, first and foremost, you know, I have one foot as an actor, the other one as a filmmaker. Okay, I made movies. My film Stigma got to a couple of festivals. My feature film 11 also last year was premiered at last month was premiered at the Temecula Valley Film and Music Festival. And the thing is that most of the time the teachers that, I'm not bad-mouthing any teachers, of course, you know, there are some great teachers out there. No, you know, there's no bad blood here. I mean, you know, there's a lot of great people around. My point is that when I hear about acting for camera classes, and I come to that acting for camera classes, and the camera is not present, it is not acting for camera. It is a scene study, okay? It's a scene study where actors, we behave differently. Technically, there are specific technical things. And whenever you have theater actors starting to act in front of the camera, they bring those habits that they have from theater, and you know, the play becomes loud and they project, and you know, and there are certain things that you need to do for acting for camera that theater acting is, they both have its place, they both have its purpose, but you cannot, I repeat, you cannot act in the movie acting the same way as you are on the stage. It's a different medium. The same way as you are a theater actor, and you have to project, and you have to reach people on the last levels of the theater. The same way, you will not come to in front of the camera and do the same, because it's not needed. If I'm shooting you in a close-up or extreme close-up, you don't have to talk much. Majority of time, it's what you don't say, the subconscious movements of your eyes, the aspect. Look, they say about 85 to 95% of our functioning is through subconscious mind, okay? And this is what acting for camera thrives on. Majority of time when you have a conversation with a colleague, okay, and it's a fellow actor, and if you react, if you listen, acting is reacting, if you react to the acting of the other person, sometimes if it's subconscious, those movements when we scratch, when we don't even notice that we are doing certain things, these are the things that sometimes director will use as the shots that he's bounced off between not only the person that talks and have a conversation on, but if it's truthful, if it's correct, he will use that. He will use your performance when you are listening and reacting to something, instead of just, based everything on actual dialogue and so on.
And you will work on that. Let's just explain this a little bit, because you touch about subconscious, and then you mentioned something about when I'm doing this subconsciously, for instance. That's what you will work on. That activating that. Is that what you mean?
Basically, there on my website. Yes, yes, on my website there is more information. You can go on and I don't want to take a shine from our actor, because we are looking forward to hear her. But the main thing, you can find more information on my website. If you want, I can give you a card. You can dive into it. There's a 20-minute Q&A that kind of specifies a lot of things. Basically, the difference between mine and others is, you see, you were just sitting right there like that, okay? It's your subconscious movement, okay? And what my technique dives in more is understanding how to use that and play for the different medium. If we are shooting you in a long shot, what can you do with your body language? The second we just turn on the camera, okay? I'm reading you. The director is reading you. All the audience subconsciously reading you, okay? And what is the difference between your body language and what you're doing with your body language before you even open your mouth? And then when you open your mouth, there are certain techniques like a voice anchoring, like eye accessing cues. These are a bit more technical stuff that I will dive into. But I hope that gives you an indication of what direction we're going to be going through. And if you want more information, we can get together after and we can dive into the further.
Exactly. Our time is up. There, you spread around some cards, I guess, Janusz?
Yes, yeah, I just put it on some chairs. So if you would like to have more information, talk about it afterwards, I will be here. It was a pleasure to have your time all together. And once again, thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Janusz.
My pleasure.